What's up, y'all? Thank you for checking out day 49 or 50 of my daily series on how I helped restaurant and bar owners systematize and scale using AI and automation. I'm Jason Littrell. In case we haven't met, I'm a hospitality management consultant based here in New York City. And today I'm noodling over this one puzzle. So I was looking at a client's account, and this is just for context. This is we set them up with a phone system. It's a little sandwich shop in Rhode Island. And we set them up with the phone system, and 4th of July weekend or 4th of July week was their busiest week. It is their busiest week every year. It's very predictable. People wait in line for sandwiches. And we received over 1,500 phone calls that week, right? So the puzzle is how do you use that information so like with my system that I implement for all my clients, we receive these inbound calls and either forward them straight to their landline, or we forward them straight to their landline, or we put them into what's called an IVR, which is called interactive voice response. So press 1 for this, press 2 for that, press 3 for that, etc. And that is also a segmentation opportunity. So we have all these inbound phone calls with their system. The way we set it up originally was we would receive the phone call and then we would immediately text them back saying, "What can we do for you?" Now that didn't work here because it's a high intent. It's the highest level of intent that you can get. Every time the phone rings, it's a sale for sure. You know it. It's not people asking questions. It's not people saying, "How do I get there?" It's like I'm calling to place an order because they don't want to wait in line. And so what I'm puzzling over right now is how do we convert that information into feedback scores? And so we tried it one time, and we tried it so that we responded in 45 minutes after the phone rang. We sent them a text message saying, "Hey, how was your experience? Could you and we gave them an incentive for filling out a form that was managed by Ovation. It's not a software that I do, but it's a third-party software. And so what we found out was that kind of pisses people off. And exactly 4% of people actually got upset by that. So 4% doesn't seem like a meaningful number, but those are just the people that we know that didn't like it. And so so that is just, the people that complain are the tip of the iceberg. There's typically a lot more of them that are just less vocal about it. So the question is how do we make a meaningful impression, find out, get the feedback, because we have a piece of contact information about our customers, which is extremely valuable. It's extremely valuable. Like if you own a restaurant right now, stop, get your phone bill and find out every phone call that's come into your restaurant. And those people are your customers, right? And it is far, far, far easier and cheaper to give somebody more of what they want than it is to find somebody new who wants your stuff. Right. So that list is gold. Now with my automation system, I have it all, I track it all and I receive it and it all comes into the system and we can trigger against that. Like as in sending somebody a text message if we miss their call, for instance. That's 24/7, 365, never has hangovers, never goes on vacation, is never a bridesmaid in a wedding. And so what we wanted the puzzle is how do we actualize that information and give people and request information and incentivize them for that, and then also present offers. So I mean, you guys know me, I'm like a marketing guy kind of, right? So like I think in terms of marketing a lot, because people can't buy things that they don't know about. And so it boils down to, is this a copy question or a cadence question or both? Now, copy is the words that you use, like phrasing, tonality, language is very, very important, especially when you're trying to persuade people to do things. David Ogilvy is the master of this, but is a master copywriter because he got people to stop and think about the brand and about what they were looking at. Now, cadence is the space in between those words. It could be the cadence of a sentence, the cadence of a text message, or the cadence in days, minutes, days, and hours in how you present these messages. So these are all the things I'm thinking about, and I need your help. I'm curious, like what is actually a reasonable amount of time so that we're not bothering anybody, and so that we're not feeling like it's spammy or gross or weird, but we're also making people offers so they can get more of what they want. And we want to be top of mind. So it's the reason I like text messages most is because they have a 98% open rate. Like literally, if you send a text message, it is likely going to be opened. But that's also a responsibility and that's also a privilege. And so you don't want to be banging people over the head with text messages unless they want it, and unless you are delivering like really good stuff that is valuable to them. So these are the kind of questions I'm pondering, and what we've come up with is an idea, just to get your gears turning, is an idea to change the copywriting so that it's, rather than saying it's like a third person being like, hey, thank you for calling us and here's an incentive to fill out a survey. More so like, hi, I'm the owner of this place and I just wanted to introduce myself. Is it okay if I send you a text message? Right? Totally different thing, totally different conversation. And then we can actually read the response of that. If it's like a lot of people, then we can read the response of that as a positive or negative intent. Like positive intent is yeah, sure, okay. Those are all positive things. Negative things would be no, GFY, no thank you, stop, those kind of things would be like negative responses, and then we can respond to that. So we can actually automate this entire conversation because we can connect it to AI. Now that would kind of be beside the point, but depending on the kind of volume that you're doing, it might make sense for you. And as long as you kind of disclose it and aren't weird and gross about it, as long as people know what they're doing, then I don't see the harm in it. But the point is that we are if you are not listening to your customers, and if you're not actively soliciting feedback all the time, they will form negative judgments about you. Like the gold standard for understanding what people think about your business is a 1-question survey called the NPS survey, Net Promoter Score. And it's I go back to this all the time. I will ask for as many NPS surveys as possible because it's so remarkably effective. And I usually put like diet ones, like small ones, if we do get permission to text somebody to say, hey, can I ask you one question about your experience? The question is, how likely would you be to recommend this business to a friend or a family member? That's the only question you need, right? And on a scale of 1 to 10, they'll tell you. So 9s and 10s are promoters. These are people that are actively that are going out of their way to discuss your business and tell other people about your bar or your restaurant. And then 7s and 8s those are passive. They're just right in the middle. They don't care. And then 1 through 6, if it's anything with 1 through 6, it is an urgent service recovery situation because they're actively promoting against you. So this is the importance of it. But so that the puzzle is, what is the copy and what is the cadence, and how do we get to a point where we can develop a rapport enough that we can ask for that feedback, right? So let me know in the comments. Thanks. Bye.